Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening. This is Property Management 101, and today we'll be discussing best practices for conducting interviews. If you've not already done so, please watch my disclosure video as well as my why I do this video. And if you found this video helpful and learned something new, please don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on those notifications. If you're curious about learning more about interviewing as the candidate, I would recommend you watching my interviewing as the candidate video, and I'll put that link to the video in my video description below. This video will apply best for anyone in the industry that's a supervisor or a part of maybe a team of hiring managers that will be interviewing staff candidates. Number one best practice to consider before interviewing: review their entire resume and application. I was always surprised when I would interview someone with someone else. Maybe we were partnering as far as that interview, or maybe they were just another step in that process, and they never reviewed the resumes of these candidates and or their job applications. And this is really beneficial because that should really give you a really good background as far as what they've done professionally. And then this will allow the interview to be much more about learning about their personality, seeing if they'd be a good fit with your company culture and where they're looking to grow professionally. And this will also allow more time for you to give them a little more background about what you're looking for as a candidate, about the job, about the company culture, about the site, about the staff. So, and then allow additional time for questions that they may have. So I would strongly recommend make sure you review anything about they've submitted as far as their application or their resume, and you can even generate some direct questions about that as well. Number two best practice when interviewing: consider starting with the company's information as far as what is not said on their website, or about the staff, or about the property they'll be working at, or the team. This will really be helpful to break the ice so that candidate gets more familiar with you as far as the position and gets more comfortable in the interview. Oftentimes they're going to be nervous as they're interviewing for this position, and it'll be a nice way to break the ice, to allow them to get comfortable, to settle down, to open up. This will also help them generate some questions that they may have. Maybe they've done research prior, but in the event they haven't, or you shared something new that the job posting didn't list, it gives the opportunity for them to learn a little bit more as well. This is also very important to ensure this is the right fit for the candidate. What you don't want to do is assume that just because they're interviewing for it that they know every angle of it and that they know this will be the right fit for them. Really double down, really making sure that, hey, we're really confirming this is the right fit for this candidate, and we've reviewed everything that may be a hot topic to them or a deal breaker, will be really important when it comes to these interviews. And the last best practice I would recommend as far as interviewing is either way following up. If you've gone as far as interviewing someone, you've obviously at this point felt that they were a strong enough candidate by the resume and or job applications, and if they've taken the time to interview with you, then in the event you don't decide to go with them further as a candidate, or if you do decide to continue to interview them or offer them the job, making sure that your follow-up is really important. And as a professional courtesy, you always want to let them know if they're not going to be continued to be considered for that candidate for the position, because in the event they're interviewing for other jobs with other employers, they don't turn one of those down hoping they would get an offer from you. So this will also be a good situation, a good closing point, and offer a good professional etiquette when it comes to that interview process for them as well. So if something were to open up in the future, they would continue to consider you in the future. If it's a situation where you let them off hanging, or if they had a bad taste in their mouth how it ended by not following up, this will ensure that at the very least, hey, they handled it professionally, they handled it respectfully, they considered my time, and it's just a great way to make sure that if anything ever opens up in the future, that they'd be still willing to consider you. If you do have any questions about this video or any of my videos, feel free to comment below and I'll be happy to address them for you. And if you found this video helpful and learned something new, please don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on those notifications. Happy leasing!